Humanity is already getting fatigued. We want to see human interaction. We want to see human-centered, relationship-centered interactions. Yes, AI is on the rise and we all need to know it and use it and leverage it as much as we can, but it was never going to replace human interaction and having a good conversation.
In this special episode of Conversations Beyond the Brand, we're going to take a deep dive into the why behind Cashe Thompson's podcast and how it connects to her bigger mission of helping brilliant women shine.
I see how intentional you are about the people that you bring on. Tell us about what goes into deciding whether or not somebody is good for the show or whether or not you bring somebody on. Are there certain things that you look for in your guests and in their stories?
They're all heart-centered people. They're all people who have a heart, that they care about people and relationships and not just the bottom line. That is really important to me because I'm a relationship marketer, right? I love conversation. I've been like this since I was a little girl. Like I'm curious about other people, genuinely curious and wanting to know them. And I like to run my mouth. So here we are.
When you started this podcast, in the first place, what role do you feel like it plays in your overall mission for women-led businesses and nonprofits?
Welcome back to another episode of Conversations Beyond the Brand. We're continuing our series of getting to know Beyond Business Solutions, getting to know me. I'm Cashe Thompson, CEO of Beyond Business Solutions, here with my good friends, Cashe Thompson, Moments of Motivation, Wellness Coach Extraordinaire. Thank you for being back with me.
Of course. This has been so good, just diving into you. And I feel like as we continue to go deeper, it gets better and better and better and better. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
One of the reasons why I was so excited to come on here is because I know that your podcast is a part of a much bigger vision, which we kind of touched on in the last segment. But when you started this podcast, in the first place, what role do you feel like it plays in your overall mission for women-led businesses and nonprofits?
So first of all, let me say that, and I do that because this podcast has been a dream of mine for well over 5 years. And I was just now like obedient and brave enough to bring it to life. But I wanted to really, again, shine a light on women in business, small, and not just women. For this, I've had one good man on the podcast, but mostly women, to share their businesses and nonprofits that are, again, under a lot of people don't know and know about them, but they still have successful businesses and they have really, really powerful brand stories and they have awesome expertise that they're sharing. Like, I wanted to create a space so that my audience and that, an expanding audience would really be privy to the conversations that I get to have every day. Like conversations that you and I have and that I have with, other colleagues and clients. So that was the reason.
I get that you're like a total nerd about business.
I am.
And the podcast allows you to explore all of your whimsies in the business world as it relates to the woman that you serve. And I love that.
It does. And I get to talk about so many different things. Mm-hmm. Like my mom was telling me the other day, she's like, you've had so many different types of people on. Mm-hmm. But it really reflects like my vision of the landscape of the businesses that women and organizations, not just, for-profit businesses that women touch and lead incredibly well, with excellence and all this, diverse thoughts. Mm-hmm. There's so much diversity of thoughts.
I love that.
That is it just makes me smarter. And I'll just be sitting there like, oh, they're so
Mhm.
much smarter than me
Yeah.
in this particular thing. And we're all bringing our goodness together.
Mhm. I love that. And kind of in that line of thinking, I feel like you kind of already answered my next question, but why you decide to bring in other experts instead of just making it a solo show? Like, is there something in particular that you want your audience to gain from these conversations based off the women, or even you have your one good man that you are choosing to bring up on the podcast?
Right. I want them to learn things that, I'm bringing on guests that have practical expertise for, organizations to serve them. But like you can take a tip from everyone and implement it in your business and do something with it.
Mhm.
Um, and I love conversation. I don't want to be a talking head. And even in this, right, I probably could have figured out a way to do these videos and tell you how great I am. Um, but I love conversation. I've been like this since I was a little girl. Like I'm curious about other people, genuinely curious and wanting to know them. And I like to run my mouth. So here we are.
Boom and boom.
Boom and boom.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And like I see how intentional you are about the people that you bring on. So
Mhm.
tell us about what goes into deciding whether or not somebody is good for the show, or whether or not you bring somebody on. Are there certain things that you look for in your guests and in their stories?
For sure. They're all heart-centered people.
Mm,
They're all people who have a heart
so good.
that they care about people and relationships, um, and not just the bottom line. So that is really important to me because I'm a
Mm,
relationship marketer, right? So
mhm,
I want to show, and it's sometimes, especially now with the rise of AI, like people think they can do everything with a bot, and I can use AI for that. But we're going to see, especially as we go into the new year, that humanity is already getting fatigued. I don't,
mhm,
right? And we want to see human interaction. We
mhm,
want to see human centered, relationship centered um,
mhm,
interactions. And we're going to see that, yes, AI is on the rise and we all need to know it and use it and leverage it as much as we can. But it was never going to replace human interaction and having a good conversation and people being able to extract um, real life tidbits and knowledge. Um, yeah, there's so many gems in the conversations I've been having.
I love it because the more we talk, the more I'm seeing the correlation between your podcast and your relationship currency model. Because once again, you're having conversations. And I feel like what you are living in a lot of ways is becoming a lost art because, like you said, people are so much quicker to reach for technology to solve a problem, but then to reach for their community. But I feel like the work that you're doing is reminding people how valuable and ultimately irreplaceable community, connection, relationship, and just conversation is for humanity, but taking it a step further for people who are looking to grow and to expand their business and to really have a big impact. So I love how it kind of all connects.
It all connects. And I really I grappled with naming the podcast relationship currency. Like I have a LinkedIn newsletter that's called that. I have a model and framework that's called that. But it really is about conversation. That's what connects us. The storytelling is what connects us. And, that's the thing that makes us different from the animals.
Mhm.
And somehow we have found ourselves, we really understood the importance of community during COVID, right? I
Mhm.
launched a coffee with Tashana that was similar to this. It
Mhm.
might come back next year. Wait.
Ooh.
Um, but I launched that during COVID because people were so craving community. And somehow we have found ourselves in this space where we are back to being solely individualistic, many of us. And we have to be intentional about community because in the world we live in today, It is going to take the collective working together in order to survive it.
Yes.
And how do you do that? In community, building relationships, having conversation.
I love it. Ooh, this is so good, so good, so good. Okay, so for the people who are out there who show up consistently to your podcast, who are listening to every single episode, who aren't missing a beat, what do you want to see start to shift in their business and in how they show up in life and just how they show up, period? What is your dream for the listeners of this show? What shifts do you want to see for them, for us?
Before we jump back in, have you ever felt like running your business means wearing so many hats? Like you're juggling everything at once? That's why we're proud to have Beyond Business Solutions as the sponsor of this episode. They help entrepreneurs like you stay organized, save time, and focus on what really matters, growing your business. If you're looking for your very own branding and marketing team that truly cares about helping you succeed, visit beyondsolutions.biz. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
So when someone listens to the podcast, I really want them to be inspired, to feel like they're not alone, because it's a lonely leadership in general, especially entrepreneurship. And I want them to feel like they have some tools to help them go further, faster. In the words of my good sis, Yaquan Holloway, really having some tools to help them go further, faster, and to know also that, we're here to support and serve them. If they have marketing needs or, I've been in business for almost 19 years. I know a little thing about it, right? A thing or two about it. So if they're, needing a partner, a real partner, that they, over time will see us as that solution as well.
That's so good. Is there anything else that you want your people to know, your audience to know, your listeners to know about your podcast, your vision, your mission for all of this?
Everything and nothing. I want them to know, I want you to know, listeners, watchers, followers, friends, that, this really is a labor of love for me. And this is not something that I do. It's something that I'm called to do. And everything has such heart and intention behind it. And that really is our secret sauce here. The heart and intention with which we serve. And it's not just me. I have 10 women on my team. Yes, women who are, helping me, co-laboring with me, helping me to bring my vision to life and serving to bring yours to life. When you become a client, we're here to serve from a really genuine, caring place. And I know that that's not popular all the time anymore. But it's the truth. And I can only be who I am and who God's called me to be. I can't, I'm running my own race. So that's it. That's all.
So good. So good. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're going to keep this rolling. I cannot wait to hop into the next segment, getting a little bit more into your beginnings and how this work all began.
Sounds good. See you next time.
See you next time.